just finished making up a big batch of the quick baking mix, and I couldn't stand having all that possibility sitting around without testing it out for a bit. So I'm going to make a quick batch of strawberry muffins, just a small batch so we can see how it works. I've got in my bowl a cup of the baking mix. To that, I'm going to add just a couple of tablespoons of sugar just to sweeten it up a little bit since we are making a sweet muffin. You don't have to add this, but if you're making a muffin, it's really going to make it taste quite a bit better. Add the sweetness to it that you want in a muffin. That's all we need to do for the dry ingredients. I'm going to put my strawberries in here. I've got just about a half cup maybe a little less of just finely diced strawberries. Add those in there. And in my measuring cup here, I've got 1 egg and 1/3 cup of milk. Whisk that up together because you're going to use just enough of this to moisten your dry ingredients. But before we do that, I'm going to take my non-stick paste that I made here, and I'll tell you how to do that, and just grease the muffin tins with it. All this is equal parts of oil and flour and shortening. You can keep it in a jar like this and just use it to brush your muffin tins or your bread pans, cake pans, anything like that with, and your baked goods won't stick. Again, it's one of those things that you can make up yourself, and you don't have to worry about whatever else is in it in the packaged processed stuff that you buy. No preservative, plus it's cheaper. Quick. Just keep that in a jar with a lid on it, and it'll last you for a little bit. Okay, so now we're just going to add the milk and egg mixture to this. I'm not going to add all of it at once. I'm just going to wait and see how it comes together. If you wanted to make a shortbread biscuit, all you would do is leave the egg out of there and add much less milk, maybe about 1/4 cup. And then you could just roll it out and you'd have like a shortbread biscuit that you could use to make strawberry shortcake. We're looking for a muffin batter though, so we want it quite a bit thinner. When you're making things like quick breads, muffins, pancakes, those kind of things, biscuits, you don't want to overmix your batter. You see it still has some lumps in it. That's fine. You don't want to keep beating it because then you're going to have a tough baked product. Okay, that's all we need to do to that. You can see that I've got just a little bit of the liquid mixture left. So don't add it all at once. Just add enough to moisten your dry ingredients. And you know what? If you got too much, just take your baking mix and just sprinkle a little bit in. You could just fix it right like by doing that, okay? The trick is you just want to know what your batter is supposed to look like. So once you get a feel for that, you can really be a lot more flexible in your cooking. Okay? Now we've got our muffin tin, and I just greased about 6 of these. I'm not sure how many this will make, but I don't think it'll make much more than that, so that should be plenty. If you've got a little ice cream scooper, that's a great way to scoop muffins into your muffin tin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and wow, perfect. We're going to get 6 out of there. And you know what? To make these extra good, I'm just going to sprinkle them with a little bit of sugar on top. Gives them a nice crunchy brown coating. Do you see how quick this was just to make a little treat for the day? If you've got this biscuit mix made up on hand, you can do a lot of things with it in a little bit of time. Okay, before I started this, I preheated the oven to 400 degrees. Now that they're all mixed up, I'm going to pop them in the oven and cook them for about 15-20 minutes, just till they're lightly golden brown on top. While you weren't looking and the muffins were baking, I decided to mix up a little bit of glaze to go on top of them. I've just got some powdered sugar here, and all I'm going to do is pour a little bit of fresh lemon juice in it till it gets to a glazing consistency. That's all there is to it. That'll add a nice touch on top of the lid. Okay, I've just got the muffins out of the oven. Let's see what they look like. They're nice and golden brown, and I want to just show you for a second how you test them to see if they're done. You can stick a toothpick in there. I think you know that old trick. But also, if you'll just take your finger and just kind of lightly tap in the middle of those, they're going to spring back. That's another way that you can tell when your crook beds are done. These are pretty hot right now, so I hope I can get one out for you. There we go. And you see, they're nice and golden brown on the bottom, and it didn't stick. I'm gonna take that one, and I made a little lemon glaze while they were in the oven baking. Just some powdered sugar and a little bit of lemon juice. And look, there's your strawberry muffin with lemon glaze. It was so simple to mix up together, and it went really, really quickly because I already had the baking mix made up. Kids are gonna be really happy. They're outside playing right now. So I'm gonna take a few of these out there to them so they can have a snack. I hope you'll make these, and do check the website for other recipes, other ways to use the baking mix, hipposandhashbrowns.com.